Hello, I'm John Rose from Kentucky Bushcraft, and today I want to demonstrate a fire starting technique that I decided to explore here recently. I found a tampon while I was out walking, unused and packaged, of course, and so I was thinking about how that could be used as a fire starting technique. So I started researching a little bit and found out that it indeed has been used for that. The type I'm using is this, which is an OB, I believe. So it goes as such. The materials I have utilize a combination of primitive and modern techniques. And so I'm using, for friction, this is a friction fire. I have two slats from cut from a pallet. And I have, to help with the friction, I have collected some ashes, wood ashes from a wood stove. And I have a small tinder bundle here that I'll use in getting the fire going itself. So I start by breaking the tampon, in this case, down. You can use any fiber. You can use a gauze pad or something of that sort. You can even go more primitive if you choose. But for this sake, I'm using a tampon. I break it down a little bit like this, as you can see, being careful to maintain its structural integrity somewhat, but flattening it out nonetheless. And then once I get it to a stage that I can work with, I will lay that on one of my wood slats. Then I take a little bit of this, and you can focus in on this a little bit. And these are the wood ashes. I sprinkle those in, not too much, but I want to be generous enough to get good friction within there. Maybe just a touch more. And I'm in a very primitive setting here on my patio of my apartment. Not exactly the woods, but here we go. The next step is to roll this as tightly as possible into a roll. So I'm rolling this up very tightly. And getting this as close as possible here. Okay, so I'm going to take that and roll that even further. And just really, really roll that out tight. Pressing down, putting a lot of pressure on that. And one thing I've found is you don't want to get this too fat. You want it to be just right. It takes a little bit of experimentation. So what I do is I have this, finally like this, and then I lay it between the two slats of wood and start rolling back and forth, applying a considerable amount of pressure in doing so. And I want to roll enough, and when you think you have enough, like most friction fire, you want to keep going yet further. So I can see a little bit further. And I'm putting quite a bit of friction on this. And let's see if I have smoke here. It looks like I do have smoke. So what you do is you always showing patience. I have a nice little nest here. Breathe into it a little bit. And I'm going to lay this into my tinder here and blow a little bit. And there you have fire by friction, utilizing a modern tampon. you can use other things as well. It may work with cotton balls, a lot of things you can try. So my thanks to Julie Lindell for her cinematography. And anyway, I'm John Rose from Kentucky Bushcraft.